Well, it's certainly all popping off now.
Way so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Hello mate, how's it going? How you doing? You right? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan, and I do hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that transfer stuff heating up. David Ornstein giving us an update on the Caicedo situation. We knew it would rear its ugly head again because this is just what's happening. And Chelsea are considering a hijack for Romeo Lavia, who looks set for Liverpool. Ben Jacobs, CBS reporter, talking on that. It's popping off, man. This is like, we're nearing August, so we're gonna start getting the stories heating up, popping off. And we're here to react to it on the channel, so thank you for joining me. Drop a like on the video and let's go. So, let's see what David Ornstein is saying first. An article published about 7:30 UK time. Orny, top boy, says this: Brighton and Hove Albion have rejected £80 million, so that's $102.7 million bid from Chelsea for Moises Caicedo. Now, this represents the fourth bid. We've done 60, 65, 70, and then we're like, right, let's tired of mucking around with these incremental increases. Let's double our increase and go for £80 million. Now, I think this is probably just a straight bid, which is heavy money for Chelsea. This bid for Chelsea is like, right, enough, silly buggers here. This is going to be our just take the bid. Let's just give them what they want, or give them what we believe they'll take and go. But no. Rejected. The improved proposal was submitted on Thursday, which is today, and turned down instantly via email. Again, I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I don't know how these negotiations work. I mean, fine. I guess probably the proposal and the the rejections done via email. It's not the email that's frustrating me. It's just, how do you not get to this point and not do official? If you put official offers in, where's this like lovey-dovey dialogue with the Brighton ownership that we've enjoyed so far? They're like, okay mate, if you give us this, we're probably going to take it, but that's it. All right, well, we're mates, we understand each other. No, 4 official bids turned down. Ornstein says it's the fourth offer Chelsea have made for the 21-year-old after they have had offers worth 60 million, 65 million, 70 million knocked back by Brighton. Of course, this being a big jump. Usually when you make 3 bids, maybe often after that you just squeeze a little bit on. But no, we went the other way. We doubled the additions that we've been doing. Caicedo, who is with the South Coast clubs, he's in the US summer tour basically with Brighton, wants the move, and personal terms will not be a problem. Brighton hope to keep the Ecuador international and is expected to take north of 100 million if they want to. North of 100 million! If they want to sell him or whatever. Brighton have considered recent transfers such as £105 million Declan Rice to Arsenal as deciding their valuation. Why? That's like me saying, I don't know, some guy hooked up with a really attractive woman. I'm like, he's with an attractive woman. I suppose that's like saying this analogy is going to break down before it even starts. Before I dig myself a terrible hole here. Let's read on. The Athletic reported last month Brighton was seeking 100 million for Caicedo, especially given he signed a new contract in March. Brighton previously rebuffed approaches from Chelsea and Arsenal in January. I'm kind of pleased with that because we signed Enzo Fernandez, and to be honest, I think Enzo's just mustard, mate. I think his longevity and capacity is just really, really good. Chelsea are now Caicedo's main suitor, and he is determined to seal a switch to Stamford Bridge. His first appearance of pre-season came with a 2-0 victory over Brentford. That's in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I think prior to us playing Newcastle in there. All right, so let's read a little bit more. Ben Jacobs, the CBS reporter, says this: Chelsea's £80 million bid for Moises Caicedo has been rejected. Caicedo camp is now considering their position. There remains a sense of disbelief, and yes, I'm in joining Caicedo's camp in this sense of disbelief, that a club record transfer fee hasn't been accepted. Well, a club record transfer fee could have been £63 million. And we've offered 80. And you know what their club record fee was before? 62. And do you know what knobheads paid that? Chelsea. Especially now CFC have gone up to £80 million. Throughout this saga, those close to Caicedo have seen no merit in putting in a transfer request to date. So that's like so far. He has privately told senior members of the club hierarchy he wants the move, though. Yeah. And should we believe previous reports and headlines that he was given, I don't know if there's someone's word, but he was given permission to leave, as was McAllister. McAllister went to Liverpool, more on them in just a moment, for like 35 million quid or 30 million quid. So if Chelsea offer 80 million quid for Caicedo, a player that wants to go, a player that you said can go should a good offer come in. Yeah, it's a record transfer, plus 20 million on top. Are you mental? Get this Declan Rice nonsense out of your head. Get out of your head. I realise I'm beginning to sound like a broken record on this subject, but it's frustrating and it keeps just going round and round and round. We could try and talk about that in just a second, but Chelsea are trying to hijack Romeo Lavia, and you know what? I gotta try and stop myself from swearing. PG channel. Just ruddy go and do it, mate. Two reasons. One, it's fun because it's laughing at Liverpool, and despite our painful season last campaign, we all got a lovely little dopamine hit from the hijack of Misha Mudryk to Arsenal. Like, they were Arsenal fans talking about how the deal was done, how he's going to fit into their team. The content creators like myself were out talking about that. I mean, I'd be doing the same if I was in their position. But they were all mudded, which is fun. And similarly, it would be fun if we did it to Liverpool for Romeo Lavia. Now, Romeo Lavia is clearly a really highly regarded player. City looking at him, Liverpool looking at him, Chelsea have scouted him for a while. Obviously, City have got a buyback clause on him. It's because he's like young. He's a young player, and he was like relegated with Southampton. Let's just read what Ben Jacobs is saying. He is saying that he's quoted an old tweet about Romeo Lavia, how Liverpool are trying to quickly move to avoid Chelsea's counter. And he says, well, the Chelsea counter is coming. Chelsea ready to move for Lavia, even prepared to table a higher offer than Liverpool, having had a £50 million bid for him rejected a year ago. I heard Matt Law say that wasn't true. But regardless, this is the kind of money that's being talked about for Lavia. Lavia, he's still sold on Liverpool. So obviously, while Chelsea have been chasing Caicedo and trying to put all the eggs in that basket, Klopp's been like slithering into Lavia's ear, like, join Liverpool. And, you can get inside a player's head, can't you? So Lavia is still sold on Liverpool. A move to Anfield remains more likely at this stage than Chelsea. But then again, Mudryk was pretty much in an Arsenal shirt if you took chat to Gooners, and he ended up with Chelsea. As far as Liverpool Football Club are concerned, they believe they have the player buy-in, as in like he wants to join Liverpool and play Anfield, and can reach an agreement with the Southampton soon. That makes Chelsea hijack difficult, but it won't stop them trying. This is also why Liverpool are moving fast. They're like, Chelsea are coming. Chelsea are coming. We saw what happened to Mudryk. I don't know if they're, at least Liverpool are playing in Europe. Chelsea aren't. So, but like I say, I like to always say that Chelsea's project is an alluring one. And if you're a young player and, you see what's happening, you see how Poch develops players, if you're a young player, it can be very, very alluring. So, where are we? The only thing is, I know they're both young, but how old is Lavia? Isn't he like 19, 20? I mean, it's going to be a young pivot regardless. We could really do just one senior midfielder, you know, like, not even that old, like a 26-year-old. Do you know what I mean? They're all just children, and that worries me. Yeah, just, you know, for anything to just walk away from Brighton. Look, understandably, Caicedo is exasperated, or his camp is like, what the heck? Like, this is a record bid, and you have rejected it. And he's told him he wants to go. What does he do? Does he go on strike? I mean, how much does he feel he owes to Brighton, you know? It's not even like... They're being... I feel like they're being ridiculous. That demand for that... I mean, unless I'm just totally wrong and this guy's the truth and he is better than Declan Rice and Bellingham, which, you know, I freaking love Bellingham. I think he's one of the best midfielders in the world. I don't know, man. Like, unless I've, like, seriously missed something and this guy is just absolutely insane... then yeah, whatever, you know, we got money, pay for him. But at this point, if we're just going to get young, talented players that can be coached to be better with a higher ceiling, to spend half of that on Lavia, you know, 50 million on Lavia. I think CFC PYS actually did a poll on this, 50 million for Lavia and 100 million for Caicedo, or Caicedo for 90 million rather. Actually, Caicedo is winning massively still, over 60, nearly 66% for Caicedo for 90 million. You'd have to say 90 million gets the deal done, don't you? Especially if Caicedo knocks on a few doors. But what do you friggin' do, man? Like, do you go for the hijack? Or do you just bend over for Brighton and pay the money? It's the same age-old question that we ask every video, but here we are. Look, man, there would be something nice about walking away from the negotiations with Brighton and Caicedo and just buying Lavia and it being done, and also, you know, getting under the skin of some Scousers, you know, in the theatre of football and rivalries. That's always fun, isn't it? So that'd be good. But then what happens? Then Caicedo gets sold somewhere else, maybe for less than the current quoted price because he'll have a year less in his deal. Maybe has a slightly quieter season because he's annoyed he didn't get his move and Brighton just can't consistently be in the Europa League spots, you know, so his price goes down, so someone else buys him. Like maybe like, I don't know, I'm just like a Bayern Munich or something. Someone who will spend 65 million on him and it's a big club that he can't say no to, and Brighton will feel that you know, they're not selling to a Premier League rival. You know, and then maybe he just goes and be excellent somewhere, and we thought we should have just bought him. He looks really good now. It's tough. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Like I watched every, you know, I watched almost every Premier League game. I watched every single match of the day. I've seen him. He looks good. Is he 100 million? You tell me. Or 90 million? 85 plus 5. Some people are speculating 5 and add-ons. You tell me in the comment section, man. But hijack or just bite the bullet. Let me know. See you soon.